Was there a moment when the career you wanted felt in reach? Presumably before Carnegie Hall.
I guess I'll answer this by telling you the moment that I kind of decided I should be Weird Al full time. When I got my record deal, it was a couple of years out of college, and I signed it in 1982. And, generally, especially if, the artist is not already a known entity, record labels don't give you a big bucket of money up front. They sign you to this draconian deal, and you just go on with your life. So I was still working literally for minimum wage in a mailroom, and my first album had come out. Part of my job as a mail sorter was to go to the post office every morning and pick up the mail. And it's like a giant mail bag. And sticking out of the top of the mail bag was the latest issue of Billboard magazine. So I opened it up to the Hot 100 chart, and there I am on the charts. I am on the Billboard charts. And I thought, I should probably give notice at work and maybe get serious about this Weird Al thing.
That's incredible. No one had given you a phone call to give you a heads up that was going to go down?
No. It's kind of funny because part of my job working I also did deliveries, and I would show up like at Epic Records and places around town, dropping things off. And I remember at Epic Records, they had a party for me when my first album went gold, and there were people hanging around going, "Isn't that the mailroom guy? What's he doing?"
Do you remember what you felt, though, when you saw your name on the Billboard 100?
It was crazy. I mean, I didn't, I signed the record deal, but part of me just never thought that I would be able to make it. I thought the whole thing was a lark, and I didn't, the Billboard magazine meant so much to me because, when I was in college radio, we had the charts taped on the walls, and it was sort of like, the radio person's Bible. And the fact that, I would daydream about, maybe one day I'll be on the Billboard charts, never really thinking that was an option. So when it finally happened for the first time, it was amazing to me. This wasn't the first time I was mentioned in Billboard, though. I remember the very first time Billboard mentioned me was like that I had signed with Capitol Records. They referred to me as Weird Owl, OWL Yankovic. Yes, I was like, close enough. I'll take it. That's fine.
So, I mean, even then, as you saw the career you wanted start to materialize, you were like, maybe I get to do this for, I don't know, 5-10 years, let alone a lifetime?
At the most, because, I mean, that's one of the reasons it was so difficult to get signed to a record deal in the first place is because I did what was considered at the time, and probably still is, as novelty music. And historically, novelty artists don't have a long career. In fact, they're lucky to have a single hit. They're lucky to be a one-hit wonder. So nobody wanted a one-hit wonder. They wanted somebody that was going to be around for years and years and years, which, I mean, that's the irony of my life. So it was just difficult to get my foot in the door. But, I'm glad I'm still here.